asking the dumbest question out there to the person that was on there the other night on the TV on SBS, was on ABC, walking around. You may go, sir, you may go now. I wish you would have gone, sir. I wish you would not have come on TV. I wish you would just not keep going with this racial act and stupidity. How dare you tread down migrants that have come here? I am not of yous. I was born in Australia. I was raised here. I fought in Afghanistan for 3 years. For what to come home to was something so respected. Now, you black people out there, I don't care what you say, whether you call me a racist or not. I had a community up in Bowen where we never had such tormenting, aggravated, uplandish, outrightish bastards like you. Would you all stop and look at yourselves and stop putting your head up your bloody ass? Here's a little thought. If we had not gone over to fight the Taliban, if we had not have gone over to stand up for Australia in World War One and Two, if we had not went to Vietnam, if we had not done all that and more, where would you lot be? How about you take a good look at yourselves? You say you're the oldest, most respected race in the world. What a load of bull. Go and have a look at a race older than yours, Egypt. Go and have a look at their race. They've got more respect over in Egypt than you would have in your little bloody hair on your toe. We are more respected in other parts of the world than yous are as a community. Yous are too busy fighting when it comes time. When we stopped yous having alcohol in Northern Territory, can I recap to this? There was so much violence from the black up there that, hang on, they even called in extra police. You were hurling bottles on the road, smashing people, smashing things, cutting up things, swearing, abusing, and destroying. And that was you coloured people in the Northern Territory. Let alone down in Brisbane when we ceased a bit of nasty work on you there by stopping us from having drugs, having alcohol, sniffing petrol. We used to put yous in a place like Boggabilla where yous were happy. Yous could live your native life, ask for what you wanted, you got it, and more. You even had your own rituals at cutting off certain things on the male genitalia when they were caught raping women. I know your dark past, but how about you stop spreading racism? Stop spreading that you're the toppest notch dogs in Australia. Everyone is equal. We are all blood, flesh, bone. We all have a heart, lungs, and a soul, except our skin colour to you is scum. Well, beg your pardon. We're all equal in everyone's eyes, except you people that think you're the top dog. Those that are voting yes in this campaign, take a long hard look at what they've got associated with them. They've got Afghanistan, they've got they've got hijab, they've got every Afghan Talibanic piece of crap associated with this yes campaign. But no one knows that. You're supposed to be in Australia for over a year before you're allowed to vote. Excuse on this, but they're not. Some of it's only been in here for 3 months, and those yes campaigners have already got them signed up to vote on Facebook. Yes. And now I'd like to know, if they are allowed to do that, then what say that they're not inviting other migranical communities that are very hostile and violent, that are sleeping, lying low, and they're asking them to vote yes? They say they're a slaggist racist. They are, because they're using slag people to fight for them in other ways. I'd like the whole lot to bloody blow over and stop. Stop it now. You're stressing communities. You're stressing people that are older than you. Some of them can't stand this bullshit that you blacks have drove up from nowhere. You say it's come from Northern Territory, Alice Springs. Excuse me, if you wanted to do it, why didn't you do it when this thing was being made? When the Constitution was being formed back then, why didn't you stand up and say, hey, can you put us in as well? No, you come back in the future like you've done and cut our throats like you always did. There's two ways of dealing with your type in this global communitarial way. A, stomp yous and stop yous. Or B, let you run you out of town, keep you running, put you in your own community and let you kill each other out like you used to do. Spare each other, shoot each other, blow each other up. That's what you're good at doing. That's what you've been good at doing. I don't care if you call me a racist or what. I know the bare facts about yous, because I was raised around yous. I've seen the way yous act when you're drunk. I've seen the way you act when you're on a high. And I've seen you pimp your bloody daughters out for drugs. The community I lived in Bowen, half the community was black. Arthur Murdoch was one of the biggest drug pins up there. And he was as black as the ace of spades. His supposed partner, Jackie O'Rourke, used to pimp her daughters out. They used to hold drug parties. They lived in Housing Commission, which was turned into a derelict dump. You've got a lot to answer for. Take a whole look at your community that you've called upon to stand up and fight. The drug addicts, the alcoholics, the pimpers, the mistresses, everything and more. It is not just one part of the country that is sick of you too. You are slagging off at migrants. You are slagging off at a community that you don't even know about. Why don't you stop this backstabbing argument and start rolling out your bloody truth about what you really want us to do? Start telling us. Start giving us the information that's sitting so secretively in those pages of the document that you're not letting anyone read. Only one we know of has read it, and that is Anthony Albanese. But you've silenced him. Our own Prime Minister is silenced by yous. Are yous going to do what you're going to do? Take over Australia again? Run us into the ground like you proclaimed we done? Or are you going to let us live in peace, back all this off, and stop it? A lot of us went overseas to stand up for Australia. But on the other hand, we're now looking and thinking, did we stand up for a country that should be stood up for? Or should we have let the invading country now walk in and wipe out the trouble? You've got Taliban with you. You've got other unlawful migrants with you, but you're not saying a word. Why don't you start talking instead of acting innocent? The Yes campaign has got that much illegal migratorial point in it, from Taliban nationalists to God knows what other violent attitude people. I seen you lot in Brisbane too, hitting, smacking, punching, breaking bottles, putting people in hospital. You're really doing a good job for the tourism of Australia, you bloody Yes campaigners. Why don't you just open up and ask the people in Canberra for the document before you step forward and break another bone, break another person up, and put another one in hospital? Or forever bury this stupid rot and let's get on with living. Let's get on with what we have to do. Live for the future, not dwell in the stupid goddamn past. Forget it, as one would say. Put it away, put your little toys away, stop playing your games and grow up. I thought Yous were old and wise in society. This just proves that a lot of other societies are older and wiser than yous. You'd rather play and run a stupid little game of, oh, look at us, we want to change the Constitution, we want to make you pay money to us for what you've done, we want this, we want that, we want yous to kiss our black ass. I'm sorry, I'm not a bum kisser. I'm a human being that's about sick to death of the whole thing. If it doesn't stop soon, people will start a revolutionary revolt against Jews, and then Jews will be worried about that. If you ever have heard of the French Revolution, the English Revolution, the American Tea Party, well, Australia might have the Kawabari cookout. Now, I don't guarantee that not to happen, but unlike some, I guarantee for every time that someone says something now, something's going to happen. Might not be now, but it will be soon. And I guarantee this will stop. And very soon. I want it to. For the rights of Australian children. I want you to stop child on TV. The little black boy does not have to keep appearing in every second or third ad. I want everything to cease, or for every time this keeps going, something's going to happen. I won't say how, I won't say when, but I guarantee you, someone will not live. Now it either stops now, the buck stops now, or the next time one person in a coloured race will die. And I don't care. Now, I guarantee it. It either stops and you forget about this change in the Constitution, or further actions and consequences will happen.